Prince, the electrifying icon who redefined pop, proved that artistic risk could rewrite the rules of fame. Kobe Bryant, a relentless competitor, turned a single moment of doubt into a championship mindset that still inspires. Richard Lewis, the sharp-tongued comic, turned his own insecurities into a stage fire that sparked countless laughs. Marilyn Monroe, whose fragile glamour masked a fierce drive, turned heartbreak into an immortal symbol of resilience. Gilbert Gottfried, the unmistakable voice of satire, turned his bold humor into a cultural echo that still reverberates. Bob Saget, the king of late-night laughs, turned his offstage candor into a legacy that transcended sitcom fame. In 1999, Tom Hanks stared down a gamble that could have erased the very voice that had become a fixture in modern cinema. The studio executives whispered that a film about a man marooned on an empty island with almost no dialogue was a commercial suicide. Robert Zemeckis, fresh off the success of Forrest Gump, offered Hanks the lead in Cast Away, a story that demanded a solitary performance for nearly 3/4 of its runtime. The risk was palpable. A box office flop would have tarnished a career that had just been crowned with an Oscar for Best Actor, and a misstep could have relegated Hanks to the status of a one-hit wonder. Hanks didn't back away. He embraced the isolation, losing 50 pounds to embody the physical toll of a man stranded in the Pacific. He spent months on a remote set in a Hawaiian lagoon, rehearsing a role that relied on expressions, gestures, and a single tennis ball named Wilson to convey loneliness. The film's budget ballooned to $90 million, and the world watched as the man who had once played the earnest boy in Big and the lovable soldier in Saving Private Ryan now fought a battle against nature itself. When Cast Away finally hit theaters in December 2000, it defied expectations. Audiences were drawn into the stark beauty of the deserted beach, feeling every pang of desperation as Hanks's character, Chuck Noland, wrestled with the absurdity of survival. The movie grossed over $429 million worldwide, earned Hanks a Golden Globe for Best Actor, and secured another Oscar nomination. The gamble paid off, reinforcing his reputation as an actor who could turn a high-concept risk into a universally resonant story. The turning point was not an isolated incident. It was the culmination of a career built on calculated daring. Hanks's journey began in the mid-1970s, performing in regional theater before landing a minor TV role on the soap opera Guiding Light. His early television work, including the sitcom Bosom Buddies, 1980–82, honed his comedic timing, while his willingness to take on quirky characters set the stage for larger breakthroughs. The real breakthrough arrived in 1988, with Big, a whimsical tale of a boy who wishes to be an adult and wakes up in a man's body. Hanks' portrayal of Josh Baskin earned him his first Academy Award nomination, signaling that his everyman charm could carry a film's emotional core. The success of Big opened doors, and Hanks quickly moved into more ambitious projects, choosing roles that blended humor with pathos. A partnership with director Steven Spielberg solidified his place in Hollywood's elite. In 1994, Hanks embodied the titular Forrest Gump, a simple man whose accidental presence shaped pivotal moments of American history. The film won 6 Oscars, including Best Actor for Hanks, and cemented his status as a cultural touchstone. The following year, Spielberg cast him as Captain John Miller in Saving Private Ryan, a visceral World War II saga that demanded physical endurance and emotional depth. Hanks's performance earned him critical acclaim and a second Oscar nomination, proving he could thrive in both heartwarming and harrowing narratives. Yet, it was the willingness to embrace uncertainty that defined his career trajectory. After Saving Private Ryan, Hanks could have comfortably ridden the wave of blockbuster success. Instead, he chose to explore the unknown, a decision that echoed his earlier risk-taking on Philadelphia, 1993, where he portrayed a gay lawyer battling AIDS, a role that sparked public conversation and earned him an Oscar for Best Actor. The aftermath of Castaway saw Hanks expand his creative horizons beyond acting. In 2001, he co-founded Playtone, a production company that would generate critically acclaimed projects such as Band of Brothers, 2001, and The Pacific, 2010, both seminal World War II miniseries that combined meticulous research with cinematic storytelling. These ventures demonstrated Hanks's commitment to preserving history through film, aligning his personal interests with his professional output. His foray into technology and animation further underscored his appetite for innovation. In 2004, Hanks produced and starred in The Polar Express, a motion capture adventure that pushed the boundaries of digital filmmaking. Though the technique sparked debate, the film's success proved Hanks could champion new methods without sacrificing narrative heart. Beyond the screen, Hanks has become a public figure whose choices resonate on a societal level. He has been an outspoken advocate for veterans, supporting organizations like the Fisher House Foundation, and he has lent his voice to space exploration documentaries, reflecting a lifelong fascination with the cosmos. In 2016, he narrated Beyond All Boundaries, a tribute to NASA's Voyager missions, intertwining his personal curiosity with a broader cultural narrative. Even as the industry evolves, Hanks continues to select projects that test his range. In 2019, he portrayed journalist Fred Rogers in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, a biopic that explored the gentle yet powerful influence of the beloved television host. The film earned critical praise and reminded audiences that Hanks could still channel empathy into contemporary stories. The central conflict that began on a Hawaiian lagoon has, over 2 decades, become a metaphor for Hanks's enduring career. The willingness to stand alone, to trust the unknown, and to transform personal risk into collective experience. Each decision, from the isolated island to the production of wartime epics, has reinforced a narrative of resilience and reinvention. Today, Tom Hanks remains a fixture in both the entertainment world and the public consciousness. He continues to act, produce, and speak out on issues ranging from climate change to the preservation of historical memory. The same courage that kept him on that deserted beach now drives his participation in projects that address the pressing questions of our time. The story of Tom Hanks is not one of a closed chapter, but of an ongoing conversation. The crossroads of Castaway revealed a man willing to risk everything for authenticity, a principle that still guides his choices. As new scripts arrive and new stories unfold, Hanks stands ready to walk the line between comfort and challenge, reminding us that even legends keep writing their own legends. In the end, the legacy of that solitary figure on the shore is not a monument to a past triumph, but a beacon for future daring. Tom Hanks, still very much alive and active, invites us to watch the next act, wherever it may lead, with the same curiosity that once drove a man to carve a message in the sand and hope it would be found.